Hi, I'm Brittany.
And I'm Beter.
And this is the Brittany and Beter podcast. Bitch.
Brr.
All right, welcome to our...
Music review.
Yeah, our music review episode.
Yes, how you started.
Well, I was just going to say, we thought that we would do this separate because we wanted to make it like short and sweet.
And we just want it like in its own
category.
Video. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's not mixed in with everything else, and it's a 1 hour video now.
Yeah,
you know what
true.
I mean? So for those that are
Tuning in?
Hey.
Amazing. All right.
All right. So
oh God. Okay, we both need to stop.
all right.
Whose album are we gonna talk about first?
I wanted to heads or tails it, but I don't have a coin.
I don't have a coin either. Should we do Lil Peep first?
All right.
Let's do Lil Peep first.
But I want you to explain what I gave you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we explained it in the last episode though.
Yeah, but just brief from now.
Okay.
Now that it's on your end.
So, Peter recommended me Lil Peep, his first album that has 8 songs on it.
7. Yeah, but yeah.
I thought it was 8.
No, I don't know.
Okay, well, clearly I don't know what I'm talking about.
Whoa. Passive fucking.
So it's called Come Over When You're Sober, Part 1. Now, I may have fucked up and listened to Part 2, but I luckily fixed, and I did listen to Part 1, and I watched the music videos for it, and I listened to it twice through, and...
Yeah, first impressions. Impressions overall.
Okay. He was my first, not my first thought, but I had listened to it and then I watched music videos and I had this thought when I was watching the music videos.
Right.
And I literally was like, there is another dimension where you are you and I am me and we're friends, but I like him.
Whoa.
Like, I am a fan of Lil Peep.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I know that there is another dimension where Brittany likes Lil Peep.
If you caught it at its peak when it was
I think I might have.
You know what? That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
So, wait, I still have more things to say. So, I was watching it and I'm like, oh, it's like, I like it, but I don't. And I know why I don't, but I know why I do.
Yeah.
And it's a combination of a few things. So, I know that in another dimension, I'm a fan of Lil Peep, but in this dimension, I'm not.
Yeah, gotcha.
There are some songs that I'm like, I actually vibe with this. I couldn't listen to it all the time.
Yeah.
But there are some songs that I was like, yeah, I actually don't hate this.
Yeah.
I like, let me look at the album really quick.
Yeah, gotcha.
I know, like, the aesthetic. I like his strong sense of aesthetic.
Yeah.
I like his style.
Yeah.
I couldn't like date somebody that does anything like that, but I like appreciate it from a distance. Do you know what I mean? Let me just go into the album real quick because there are a few songs that I was like, I see, and that's the other thing. I see why he has an audience.
Imagine.
And I see why he has a fan base.
Imagine if you were a teenager during those times.
Not even a teenager. Like I know 2017. Yeah. I was vibing to music similar to that. I still vibe to music similar to that. You know what he reminds me of?
I know what you're going to say.
Machine Gun Kelly.
No.
He reminds me of a less mainstream, less commercial, emo druggier. And
Machine
Gun Kelly is emo and druggy, but this guy's like on the stronger scale.
I feel like he's the real shit.
Hey.
No, that's what it is.
I like Machine Gun Kelly. Don't say that.
Nah, I can't. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm not in any dimension. I'm a fan of Machine Gun Kelly.
That's fine. I probably won't recommend you a Machine Gun Kelly album.
Thank you.
All right. So my favorite ones were Ben's Truck, which is the first one. And straight away I was like, I actually kind of like this song. I like Awful Things. Yeah. And I like Save That Shit.
Yeah, gotcha.
But I think in that order. Those were my
What was the second one again? Sorry.
Awful Things.
Yeah.
And
gotcha.
It's funny because I'm watching the music video and I'm like, when I was 19, I would have ate that right up.
Damn.
I would have ate that right up when I was 19. But now I'm a bit older and I'm like watching it and I'm like, it's like kind of this side of cringe, like a little bit.
Yeah. But that's what emo is. That's what emo is, bro. Emo is fucking cringe. It's white boys whining.
I love emo music though. I do be loving emo music.
That's what it is.
But I know that if I had watched that when I was 19, I would have been like, I kind of vibe with this.
Yeah.
And there's a part of me that's like, I could almost like this.
See, this was like the crossover between that and, because I know for me, like I love so many different genres. Mm-hmm. And I know I'm going to close that. I fixed this after the last episode. I didn't realize until after. But anyway.
Sad react.
Like as far as like emo music in general goes, like it's literally the complete opposite of what my favorite is. I can't do it. It's not for me. But I feel like this was like the crossover I needed to appreciate what the genre has to offer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, yeah, like definitely like that's the thing. Like he's such a point in time. Like I feel like it's partly like a thing of like you had to be there.
Yeah.
Also, it's a thing of think about this, bro. Like he's 21 when he died.
That's so sad.
Like he died like 2 weeks after his 21st birthday. We're both older than that.
Imagine the audience he would have now.
He was on the brink.
Oh,
he was on the brink, bro.
Something I was supposed to say.
And MGK himself, like not dissing MGK, but MGK himself has said that Lil Peep is one of his direct influences.
Who has?
MGK, Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Has he?
He's kind of coasting off that wave, yes.
Oh, well, good for MGK, I guess.
Well, rap didn't work out, so.
Hey.
It didn't.
Machine Gun Kelly has some rap songs that I do be liking. Anyway, that's a whole conversation. I remembered something I was supposed to say about Britney Spears that I went on a whole tangent and actually forgot to say. But that's for another time.
Yeah.
Anyway, I definitely see why he has an audience. And I saw on Spotify, still has 14.5 million listeners per month.
Damn.
Per month.
I feel
that's
like
crazy.
As a fan, I feel like, you know, like you said, like it is like it being like of an era.
And you can tell it's of an era.
Yeah.
Like I can,
Yeah,
that is so 2017.
Yeah.
And I feel,
Yeah.
it's almost like nostalgic watching
Yeah.
it. I'm like, that's what it was.
Because that's the thing, like I was like, it was like 2017, 2018 was when I caught on, but the era was still very active.
Yes.
And bro, like I be thinking about 2018 all the time. Like that was like, bro, that was like just my 1 year of like I had that.
You know what's
what I mean?
funny is that when I was listening to it, I was trying to imagine you in 2018 listening to it, and I was like, I can see Peter. Like I can see
Thank
you listening to this, going through your hard times, like vibing with it, which I think is really cool. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I didn't know you back then, but I can see you.
This is 100. I like.
Yeah.
That's literally the best way to describe it.
Look, it was nowhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Thank you.
I know that sounds
you know,
like
I had the same. I had the same reservations about your album.
Wait. I feel like I still have more things to say.
Yeah, no.
Can I briefly touch on part 2?
Okay, yeah. So, but
I didn't listen to the whole thing though.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I remember listening to it ages ago.
Yeah.
And I probably only got a couple songs in. Yeah. And I remember thinking I was also pleasantly surprised by that. There was a few songs that I was like, hey, I kind of like, the only one that really I remember is Sex With My Ex.
Yeah.
I remember being like, hey, I kind of like this song. Like this is kind of a fun song. Yeah, it is.
But that's the thing, like you watch, but that's like for me as well, like, you know, Awful Things, right? Like that's such a tune. Like it's like, it's so like overblown and like melodramatic, but it's like, no, I love the whole album. I love the whole album. I love Better Off Dying, bro. That's like, bro, that was one of my favorites.
I think I need to it didn't stand out to me straight off the bat, but I think if I listen to it more,
but back
to
front, that whole album, like it's a 10 to me. Like I love, because it's only 7 songs and that was the only album during his lifetime. Everything else he had done were mixtapes. My laptop died. It's what it is. I accept it. But basically, yeah, like he only had one album during his whole lifetime, and just like knowing like when he had died, and then I was like looking at like his Wikipedia, and that was the only thing there, and it was only 7 songs. Like I had those 7 songs on repeat.
Yeah, I believe it.
And repeat, and then like it's called Part 1. So I'm like, was Part 2 made? Was it? It was
how sad that it's called Part 1 and then he dies.
Yeah, exactly. And then it was an album that I wasn't even sure existed. Like I was like, is Part 2 ever coming out? That sort of thing.
And then it did.
So like the following year, I would like delve deeper and deeper into his catalog. So even though he only has one album, he has like several mixtapes and EPs and that sort of thing.
On SoundCloud?
On SoundCloud, yeah. So like there's tracks on Spotify that aren't even like, you can't, like you have to go on YouTube or something.
Yeah.
But like I've just was getting deeper and deeper and deeper into his catalog. It's becoming like, this was my emo phase, right?
Yeah.
And like throughout the whole year, like, bro, I went through like a whole personality change, kind of like, it was just like this thing of like, yeah, like I just got so immersed in like what this was. And I was so fascinated as well by who he was as a figure. Like he was like touring in Russia and shit. And like,
damn,
he was old. You know what's crazy for me? And every year I have to make a post about it. But it's like this thing of like, he was older than me when he died.
Yeah.
I am now older.
It's hard.
You know what I mean?
Hard to reconcile with.
You know
I do
what I mean?
actually know what you mean, and it is hard to think. Like it's hard to
his music,
conceptualize.
Like even though like if you're not like kind of invested in the narrative of it all, like he talks a lot about suicide and that sort of thing, and that sort of like those subject matters like really, you know, that they directly touch me as well. So having like a sort of outlet, but also like a voice to sympathize with, that was like a point of relation, was so massive for me back then, because I had nothing else like that at that time. So it was huge. Like, it was just like, it was a bit of a cope mechanism for what I was going through at the time. But like, that's the thing.
I think that's what music's made for. Like,
but yeah, so that's the thing. So the whole year I was like, I became like, you know, his album was like, well, I wasn't sure whether part 2 existed or not, this, that, right, and I was coming like deeper in his catalog. And then I think it was like a couple months before its release, they announced like, no, part 2 does exist.
Wow.
And it was all like speculation before that. And it was like, no, like this album does exist. And like, it's coming out like on like the anniversary of like his passing, right? And like, bro, like to this day, because I was so hyped. I was like it exists sort of thing.
Yeah.
I have to this day, and I don't think there ever will be another album that I will ever be as excited for.
Yeah.
As ever. Like nothing since, or I don't think anything will like my anticipation. Yeah. And what was crazy was I used to listen to the album I gave you. I used to listen to that on repeat twice a day minimum.
The Halsey one?
No. The Lil Peep one.
I was like, damn, he really liked it.
I would have told you I had already heard it.
Damn.
But no, I used to listen to that minimum twice every day on my way to school and during the day. And like, it was my HSC year as well. So like, that was just what I was going through in life, that sort of thing. And then like, I had on repeat. HSC came and went. I did that shit. And then like, it was after my HSC finished, part 2 came out. And then like, I listened to part 2 for my last time for when I signed myself out of school.
Wow.
Yeah. Same trip as I was taking the entire year, but I was listening to part 2. But yeah.
That's so cool.
And to me, it delivered.
It stands up.
It delivered.
Yeah.
It delivered.
Nice.
Like, damn.
I love that. What a journey.
Anyway, so your album now.
Halsey. So you had If I Can't Have Love, I Want Power. Literally tell me everything.
So like similar thing to like kind of what you said at the start, like especially the first track, because the first track's like so like I could like I just knew it was like something that was like kind of out of my element as far as like what I listened to, sort of thing. Like I was like, oh, like I like give it the time it deserves, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, like the first track, it's like I think I was like kind of like conflicted, because I was like, oh, like I don't know if this is actually going to be my thing, sort of thing. Mm-hmm. I feel like there's so much to appreciate about it, sort of thing.
Thank you.
There's so much to appreciate about it. I feel like, yeah, it's so, I knew next to nothing about, like I knew she was a person that existed. I knew she was a singer.
Yeah.
And I knew like a couple memes about her, but I couldn't name a song.
Rude. What kind of, you know what? I don't even want to know the memes.
No, there were just memes about like her as a person. And they weren't memorable memes either. I know that she was like, she's partly why she's not famous, but like what I think that's known about her is like she's known for singing in cursive.
Oh, right.
Yeah, like
I
that
don't
sort of
think
thing.
that stands to be true anymore.
There was a point in time where that was a thing.
I think it was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But
so
she's come so far.
I knew that about her, right?
Right.
But I listened to the album, like if I can, from what I first impression sort of thing. So like as a whole, as a project, it's super layered. It's super like dense as far as like production quality that's gone into it. Like,
is that is that a good thing?
It's an album that sounds like it has a budget, but like used well, if that makes sense.
You reckon?
Yeah.
You really think so?
It's a very expensive sounding album. Like you can tell like there's been a lot put into it, but it's in a way where it's like, it's very detailed and it's very like throughout the whole thing, like there's a narrative going on. Yeah. There's like a lot of themes. Like I think on every front, like she excels really well. Like I think she's a really good singer.
She is.
Yeah.
This is actually music to my ears. I love hearing someone else appreciate it, especially someone who doesn't listen to that kind of music.
Like
you know?
I don't. It's not. It's like I'll tell you if it's trash.
It's not.
I'll tell you if it is.
But it's not.
No, it's not. There was a lot to like. It definitely. I had to listen to it more than once.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's that kind of album.
I had to listen to it because I was like, I need to actually invest.
You need to digest it.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Yeah.
Because it deals with a lot of like heavy themes as well. You know, particularly like childbirth and like things wrong around that. Which I was kind of curious to like why that, if that stuck out to you at all.
Well, for sure. Yeah. Because also I know a lot about Halsey.
Yeah.
So she's actually had many a miscarriage.
Yeah.
And so this was her first baby that she carried to full term. And like, she's quite young. Like I think she was 25 when she had her baby.
Yeah, gotcha.
And so before that, going through all those miscarriages,
Damn.
I'm pretty sure she has like, actually I could be totally wrong, but I think maybe she's endo. I don't know.
Yeah.
She has like issues with her reproductive health, and that really plays an impact on you. You know, I don't know. Yeah. But I definitely knew like a lot about her, and then listening to the album just made me feel like I understood her soul.
Yeah, gotcha.
And you know what I learned?
What?
Like this weekend?
What?
The guy from 9 Inch Nails helped produce it.
Yeah. I saw that as one of the productions.
Did not know that until this weekend.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Was that Honey?
He did the whole album.
Oh, he did the whole album.
Yeah.
Right,
and I'm like,
gotcha.
this is why it's like top quality.
Yeah. Like it's very varied. Like you can tell like she's experimenting a lot as well.
But it works.
For the most part, yeah. Like there were some songs, but then it kind of just came into like my personal taste when it comes to that kind of genre. Like some of the more pop punk songs, I like kind of gave a bit of a miss. Yeah, like they'll definitely. I'll bring up my favorite tracks.
Yes, tell me. Oh my god, I can't wait.
So I just tell you my top 3, right? But I saved like quite a few songs. And when
save them, so you like listen to them again?
No, like I like them. Like
Right.
I say, like I go through it and I like as I go because I'm on Spotify. But I couldn't tell you, but there was 3 songs in particular that like stood out to me.
I wonder if they're ones that stand out to me. That would be really
so these
good.
were my top 3, right?
Tell me. Oh my
in
God.
no order, but like these were the ones. Cool. Bells in Santa Fe.
Stop. Wait, can you stop for 1 second?
Yeah, but
because that is one of my most listened to Halsey songs. I am obsessed with Bells in Santa Fe.
What's crazy about this album as well is like none of the songs on here are like in her most listened to tracks either.
No.
Yeah.
And why is that? They should be. I'm sweating because I'm so passionate about this.
I don't know. If I were to assume, it's kind of like, I don't know, like maybe her other songs are like more pop centric.
I think they're
wider,
more commercial.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Easier to advertise.
But this is like a conceptual album.
It is,
and I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't like, if it's not executed all the way well, like I can
Well, I
appreciate.
mean,
not saying that this isn't.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like even like if if there's an intention.
Yeah.
You know, if you're creating like a piece of work, you know, that's what an album's meant to be. You know, what I mean? Not just like. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
But
Bells in Santa Fe. What are the other 2?
Lilith.
Stop. That's.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Have you listened to the remix of Lilith with she's okay. No, there's a remix of Lilith and she's got I think it's a guy from some K-pop band, but I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
What's the K-pop band that's in Dynamite? I should know this because kids love this band, but I can't remember. I don't know. I'm going to kick myself this later. Anyway, he features on the song and they remixed it for Diablo, the video game.
Oh, yeah.
And she's changed some of the lyrics and I really fuck with the remix too.
Damn.
So I love the OG, but the remix has this like heavier, like more like threatening kind of feel and it really goes well. And like the new lyrics, I remember hearing the new lyrics being like, I was like trying to sing along and I was like, what are these lyrics? I don't know these lyrics. And I was like, damn, I like these lyrics though. Like both versions are good.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yes. I can't believe you picked 2 of my favorites. Okay,
my
what's the
third? 1121.
Oh, that's such a good one.
They're all those 3 songs are like songs that I can actually like. I can see myself
Listening to.
like putting in like a playlist.
Yeah.
That's like, you know what I mean. But I don't know if I'll go through a whole discography, but like based off this, like there was a lot of songs I saved though. There was a lot of songs I saved.
That's
But,
I
like those are my
appreciate
top
that.
3.
I need to go home and like re-listen to it because I'm obsessed.
It is very like I will say that like it's definitely an album that you need to be in a mood for. Like it's not an album that I could like.
You can't casually listen to it.
Like it's like you have to. It's like you know what you got to know what you're in for, and you know what you're in for from the first track.
Yes, I agree.
Like I think the first track's like so like I don't know, like it's not a meme, and it's good, but it's like it's so like what's the word
I'm
like
2 seconds away from being offended.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it's
It sets the tone.
Sets the tone. It definitely sets the tone, but it's like. It's just like, you know what you're in for. Like, it's the best way I can describe it. Like, it's so confronting, but like, in your face.
I know, like, I kind of have a list of songs that I want to play at my funeral. And the song Darling, I want that played at my funeral because it is the sweetest, saddest song.
I got that saved.
Yeah.
I got that saved.
I
Nice.
love it. I just think it's beautiful, but it's sad and it's, I don't know, it's all the things. And I'm like, I want this played at my funeral one day.
Damn.
Yeah. And now I have proof. So if anyone ever argues about what songs to play at my funeral,
exactly.
you have heard
This
it
clip will be brought up.
100%.
But yeah, I don't know. I want to watch my funeral and then die by myself somewhere. I just want to like see. I just want to see like. I just want to see like how it like turns out. I'm like, nice.
I want to see who turns up. I want to see who has the audacity to fucking turn up.
For me, it's like I want like if I know that I'm gonna die and I have time to prepare it, I'm like I just want to like just give me a closed casket and like I just
really
I just want to see it. I just want to see the whole thing.
I want to like a hot pink coffin.
I'm more interested in the funeral. Just like how.
Iconic.
I don't want to know what happens to my body after I die.
Ew.
I just don't want to know. Just throw it in the trash for like, hey.
Ew. That's like a biohazard. You can't
I don't
do
know.
that. I do know.
I don't want to. Don't tell me.
You know what? I think that wraps up this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. We would love to hear what you think. So
yes, exactly.
Tell us in person, comment, let us know via Instagram, do whatever. We want to know if you listened to the album and what you thought.
Exactly. So tune in for next time.
Yeah, can't wait.
All right.
See ya.
See ya.